Elise Kopp, your realtor here in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me here on today's video. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back. Either way, I'm happy you decided to join me today. Now, for today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about a conversation point comes up with clients all the time, and that is going to be, what are the best areas to live in the greater Vegas area? Now, especially for my clients who are relocating to Las Vegas or are considering relocating, you may not be familiar with all the pockets and neighborhoods within the valley. I am a Las Vegas native, born and raised here, so I am very familiar with the various pockets and neighborhoods here in the greater Vegas Valley. And we're going to talk a little bit today about the 6 best neighborhoods in the greater Vegas area. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, would really appreciate it if you could take this time to like today's video and to subscribe to my channel. It helps me in making these videos for you guys. It's free and your support means the world to me. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the best neighborhoods to live in Las Vegas. Now, keep in mind, best is such a subjective term. As someone who's born and raised here and knows the valley inside and out, this is just my 2 cents, the best neighborhoods to live in. But it really is going to come down to you and your lifestyle and what's most important to you in a neighborhood and a community and a home. I do want you to know I do specialize in our 55 plus communities here in the Valley. We've got nearly 30 of them. So if you are considering the possibility of relocating, love to connect with you, learn a little bit about your story, see if the Las Vegas area is a good fit for you, and if you and I are a good fit. Okay, so without any further ado, in no particular order, let's talk about the 6 best neighborhoods in the greater Vegas area. Now, the first neighborhood we're going to be talking about is Summerland South. You may be wondering what Summerland South is. Now, Summerland South is a neighborhood located in the master planned community of Summerlin. Summerlin is a master planned community developed by the Howard Hughes Corporation. There are over 100,000 homes in Summerlin currently, and it is still growing. Summerlin is expected to be fully developed sometime in the next 10 to 15 years, give or take. So something to keep in mind. And Summerlin is known for its parks and walking trails. You also have downtown Summerlin, which is the largest outdoor shopping district in the Summerlin area. You've got your Trader Joe's there, your Whole Foods, Starbucks, all sorts of boutique and department stores within downtown Summerlin. They also have a farmer's market every single Saturday. You also have the Las Vegas Ballpark right across the street, along with Red Rock Resort and Casino, our Golden Knights training facility. So quite a bit to do in downtown Summerlin. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're exploring the Summerlin area. Definitely wanted to share that Summerlin overview with you. So why Summerland South? Well, Summerland South is one of our highest performing neighborhoods in the greater Las Vegas area. You've got several multi-million-dollar luxury custom home developments in Summerland South, like the Ridges. You also have the Summit Club, which is the most exclusive community in Las Vegas. It's where Celine Dion's home was, Mark Wahlberg's home. So very prestigious community. And you've got all sorts of really nice neighborhoods that make up Summerland South. Got all sorts of parks and walking trails in Summerland South. And the other nice thing is you're a little bit closer to the Las Vegas Strip and the airport. So if you like the idea of having easy accessibility, definitely something to keep in mind with the area. Now, Summerland South is fairly built out for the most part. We have one new build development currently being built in South Summerlin called Ascension. But for the most part, everything is already established. There's very little land available in Summerland South, so there's no guessing game as to what's to come, when it's going to come in the Summerland South area. So that is the reason I name it one of the best neighborhoods in Las Vegas. Now, the second neighborhood we're going to be talking about is going to be Green Valley. Now, I always say Green Valley is like Summerlin's Henderson counterpart, and that is because very similar in the sense that you've got all sorts of shops and restaurants and medical in this pocket of Henderson. Green Valley, like Summerlin, has several multi-million-dollar custom home developments like Askaya, McDonald Highlands, Anthem Country Club. So if you like the idea of being in a high-performing area, typically Green Valley is one of the highest performing areas in the greater Vegas area year over year. Now, similar to Summerlin, you also have the district at Green Valley Ranch in Henderson in the Green Valley area, which offers all sorts of shops and restaurants, just like downtown Summerlin. You're also right across the Green Valley Ranch Resort and Casino, which is the Station Casino counterpart in Henderson. So if you like the idea of having easy accessibility to all your convenience facilities, Green Valley is absolutely beautiful and very lush, takes you out of that desert feel that you may feel living in the Las Vegas area. Now, the third neighborhood we're gonna be talking about is going to be Summerland West. Now, why Summerland West? As I shared with you, Summerlin is a master planned community, and what's neat about Summerland West is that is where we are seeing most of the new construction in the Summerlin area right now. The area is going to take at least another 10 to 15 years to develop. You've got all sorts of big name builders developing West Summerlin. And what's really neat about West Summerlin is going to be the fact that it's at a higher elevation point, and you get all sorts of beautiful views of Red Rock Canyon, along with the city lights, the Las Vegas Strip, downtown. So if you like the idea of the weather being a little bit cooler, a little bit breezier, and you love the idea of being in a newer build home and newer build community, definitely something to keep in mind. Summerland West is actively developing, and thus far it's developing beautifully, and there are still years to come of potential development in the area. So something to keep in mind. The fourth neighborhood we're going to be talking about is going to be Lake Las Vegas. Now, Lake Las Vegas is located in the northeast corner of Henderson. Lake Las Vegas has a 320-acre man-made lake. They offer boating on the lake. You have the Village, which offers all sorts of shops and restaurants. They also have their own grocery store in the Village. And if you really like the idea of resort-like living, retreat-like living, you don't want to be near the city and the hustle and bustle that comes with living in Las Vegas, Lake Las Vegas totally takes you out of the feel of living in Las Vegas, and has the water, and water in Las Vegas is scarce. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you like the idea of being near water and you like the idea of being in a resort-like environment, Lake Las Vegas is absolutely beautiful, and that is why I would say it's one of the best neighborhoods in the Las Vegas area. The fifth neighborhood we're going to be talking about is going to be the Anthem area. Now, we're bouncing back to the southwest portion of Henderson. We talked about Lake Las Vegas, which is going to be in the northeast portion of Henderson. We talked about Green Valley, which is going to be closer to the southwest portion of Henderson. And Anthem is going to be about 10 to 12 minutes southwest of Green Valley. So it's on that southwestern tip of Henderson. One of the really neat things about Anthem is the fact that it's an already established area. Not going to see brand new construction and Anthem, but you've got all sorts of communities like Anthem Country Club, Sun City Anthem, Anthem Highlands, really nice neighborhoods that are minutes away from the shops and the restaurants and the medical and the grocery stores. Notice the recurring theme. Every single neighborhood we're talking about is just minutes away from those convenience facilities. But Anthem really is beautiful, you guys, in the sense that it is already established. The landscaping has had time to mature very nicely. So definitely an area you'll want to keep in mind if you are open to exploring Henderson. Well, the sixth and final neighborhood we're going to be covering as one of the best neighborhoods in the greater Vegas area is going to be Summerlin North. It's funny, Summerlin North is almost Anthem's Summerlin counterpart in the sense that it is also established just like Anthem. The landscaping in Summerland North is very lush. It's had time to mature. Everything is established for the most part, so there's no guessing game as to what is going to be built where. And if you like the idea of finding homes that typically have more land than what you'd find for a newer build home, you definitely can get more land in Summerland North, just because most of the area was built between the late 80s into the late 90s. So definitely something to keep in mind. We've got several, again, multi-million-dollar custom home developments that surround Summerland North, like Tournament Hills. So if you like the idea of being in a high-performing zip code and area, definitely something to keep in mind. And again, Summerland North is just going to be minutes away from downtown Summerlin. So something to keep in mind. Now, I do have a few honorable mentions for today's video. When we're talking best neighborhoods, it was really challenging to whittle it down to only 6 neighborhoods. There are so many pockets of the valley that are great for their own reason, but I did want to take this time to just share with you a few honorable mentions that did not make the top 6, but are great neighborhoods and definitely pockets you may want to consider if you're considering making a move here in the greater Vegas area. Now, the first neighborhood we're going to be talking about is going to be the Sky Canyon / Sky Hills area. Now, Sky Canyon, Sky Hills is going to be in the far northwest portion of the Las Vegas Valley. Part of Sky Canyon is already developed. We are still seeing new construction in Sky Canyon and Sky Hills. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about this area is because you are surrounded by multiple master planned communities that are already established in this area, like Providence, and you've got the shops and the restaurants and the medical that are already established as well. But if you like the idea of being in an area that is still growing and developing, you should absolutely consider Sky Canyon, Sky Hills. If you like the idea of being at a higher elevation point, a little bit cooler, a little bit breezier than what you'd be at the Strip or at the airport, definitely want to explore this pocket of the valley. Very easy to get around, very park and trails focused as well. So it's reminiscent of Summerlin without actually being Summerlin, and the value you can find in this area is tremendous. So definitely a neighborhood that makes the honorable mentions list. The second neighborhood we're going to be talking about, and it's a little bit more all-encompassing, but that's going to be the southwest portion of the valley. One of the reasons I love the Southwest as someone who did live in the Southwest for a period of time is going to be the fact that you have great access to not only the Las Vegas Strip and the airport. It's much easier shoot from the Southwest than it would be from other parts of the valley. But the Southwest is known for its cuisine. If you like the idea of having some of the best food any day, anytime you want it, Southwest is known for its cuisine. There are new businesses popping up all the time. And one of the other really neat things is the fact that in the Southwest, you have a mix of already established neighborhoods and new budding neighborhoods on the plots of vacant land. So if you like the idea of having the option for an established community or a new build home, would highly recommend exploring the Southwest. Now, the third and final neighborhood that's going to get an honorable mention today is going to be Aliante. Now, Aliante is a master planned community in the northern portion of the valley. Aliante has a mix of 55 plus community, non-55 plus communities. They are known for having parks and walking trails. The largest park in Aliante is going to be the Aliante Nature Discovery Park. It's a park that's made up of over 20 acres. You have tennis, volleyball courts, you have a lake. So if you like the idea of having the parks and the trails minutes away, along with having really easy access to the 215 Beltway, getting to the Strip or the airport in 25 minutes, 30 minutes or less, would highly recommend exploring Aliante. And again, the value in this area is tremendous, especially if you are comparing it to some of these other neighborhoods we covered. So if you like the idea of getting really good bang for your buck, really good value, would highly recommend exploring the Aliante area. We covered a lot today, you guys. We covered 9 different communities that I feel are the best neighborhoods in the Las Vegas area. As I shared with you, we have so many different neighborhoods and pockets here in the greater Vegas Valley. What it is going to come down to, though, is what makes the most sense for you and your lifestyle. These are just the communities I shared for today, but we've got so many pockets that are great for their own reasons. So with all that being said, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. If you have any questions or would like to connect, I will leave my phone number here on the screen. Again, want to thank you for taking the time to watch today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye.